Good evening from Iloilo City. This is Carl Dwight Demetria, and my Ethics Tech Talk video is about helping your loved ones decide on using a cell phone. Cell phone use is becoming too common. It used to be a digital divide for seniors, but not anymore, soon. But there are some issues to consider when using cell phones, and we also have to consider some things for our seniors. So, according to Pew Research, there are a lot of Filipinos owning a smartphones. According to this slide, 71%. And we are tied with Mexico for having the largest, oldest to youngest gap with 37 years. But that decreases when you consider smartphone ownership with only 15 years gap. That means that compared to cell phone ownership, we have a younger cohort of uh, Filipinos that own a smartphone. If we look at US trends, 51% of US mobile owners over the age of 55 now own smartphones compared to the 9% in the Philippines. And social network usage has shifted from the laptop and desktop to the cell phone, according to eMarketer. According to GSM Association research, by 2020, 4 out of 5 smartphone connections will come from the developing world. That is because of the decreasing cost of these smartphones. So your older relative will ask the inevitable question, can you help me choose a new cell phone? Unfortunately, it's not as simple as choosing between the iPhone 6 or the Galaxy Note 4 because you have some issues with cell phone use, like privacy, health, and social issues. The Electronic Frontier Foundation, for instance, talks about cell phone tracking using GPS and the IMEI of your phone, interception of messages and calls, lack of user control over the operating system, and concerns about data stored on your phone and stored by apps and by providers. The WHO talks about radio frequency uh, emitted by your cell phones and cell phone tower as possibly carcinogenic. Your cell phones also affect minor changes in brain activity, sleep patterns, and reaction times. And they also interfere with some medical devices like your pacemakers. And it is proven that you have 3 to 4 times greater chances of an accident if you use mobile phones during driving, especially or even if you are using a hands-free headset. Hyman, in his Psychology Today article, highlight the uh, younger adults' use of cell phones in a greater variety of situations in romantic relationships, and younger adults tend to text more and expect quicker responses. Interesting article in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships, May 2013, showing that the mere presence of a phone nearby can have negative effects on closeness, connection, and conversation quality. So the study doesn't even talk about using the phone during the interaction. It's just nearby. So that's a very powerful message that is being sent that the phone affects our relationships, our social relationships. Of course, if you are buying or if you are considering a cell phone for your older loved one, you would choose a phone that is a little bit less complicated, a phone that is comfortable in size yet has adequate screen real estate to accommodate large text, uh, buttons, and phone lock and unlock that doesn't really affect arthritic fingers, and volume that is adjustable for those who are hard of hearing. They would also want the ability to block internet services because they might cost money when they go online on their phones. and to limit the number of apps, especially those complicated games and overly colorful graphics that may cause visual strain. They would also forget to charge sometimes, so long battery life is a good consideration, and loudspeaker again for those who are hard of hearing. Of course, our seniors appreciate, like us, the advantage of having a cell phone, particularly because they can automatically call someone if there is a problem, and they feel safe having that device near them if they travel alone or if they are alone at home. So it's very important for us to be connected, feel safe. So this is the end of my presentation. I emphasize that there's a need for your loved ones to be informed of these issues and these considerations, not just because it's cool, it's endorsed by a movie star. So I hope that you consider these issues in the decision to purchase a cell phone, especially for your older loved one, because our older loved ones deserve the proper use of technology as they were designed. So again, this is Carl, and good night from Iloilo City. Thank you.